According to a report from Deadline, Channing Tatum may be appearing in the upcoming Quentin Tarantino film, The Hateful Eight. The film begins shooting on December 8th and is described as follows. Set in snowy Wyoming a few years after the Civil War, the film focuses on the tension among a group of people trapped after a blizzard diverts a stagecoach from its route. The group includes a competing pair of bounty hunters, a renegade Confederate soldier, and a female prisoner in a saloon. Miri, what would you think of Channing Tatum in The Hateful Eight?
Well, Hollywood is a really short memory, and it was just a few years ago that people were kind of dissing Channing Tatum as a pretty face and nothing more. And I'm so thrilled that he's come into his own as an actor. I just saw Foxcatcher a few days ago. He's so great in it. I am super excited about this opportunity, this possibility, because I think he's really stretching himself as an actor. We've seen him do comedy, we've seen him do drama, we've seen him take on physically a different character. Now he's gonna do a period piece by Quentin Tarantino, which is like my favorite thing, basically, and I can't wait to see if this does happen. Channing Tatum directed by Quentin Tarantino, because I think he does something with actors. He pulls something out of them that they didn't know they could do. He's done it with Uma Thurman, he's done it with John Travolta, he's done it with every actor he's ever worked with, has given a very special kind of performance when they work with him. So I feel like Channing Tatum, Quentin Tarantino, great combination. Then you add in the setting and that this is a Civil War film and it's shot through the lens of Quentin Tarantino's crazy vision. I think it's great. I'm so on board.
Christian?
How big of the role?
They said big.
Is it really big? Huh?
Yes.
I don't really know. Yeah.
They said big.
I'm on the same page. I think, and I just saw Foxcatcher as well, and I think that it's kind of unfortunate that he's not being talked about more.
Yeah.
For his role in that.
He's kind of in Steve Carell's shadow a bit.
He is, but he's such an intense dude, and you can tell even from interviews that he had with Jonah Hill, and Jonah Hill was like, this guy just brings it. He's transformed himself as like a respectable actor now too. I'm just worried about him being oversaturated. That's my issue. Tarantino is one you take right away and you do it. It's a Tarantino movie, and like Miri said, he will shine in that role. I just would like to pace back a little bit, because remember what happened with Natalie Portman when she was Black Swan, when all those movies just boom, boom, boom. But so many movies just keep beating you over the head. People, it's just the way we are as a culture. We get sick of people after a little bit. So just take your time, do what you're doing, build your resume as far as being a serious actor, because he's doing it. But I'm on board. It's Tarantino.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that a few years ago, everybody just wrote him off as a pretty face. To be fair, a number of years ago, he was just a pretty face, right? But this is why I respect him so much. I mean, especially if you go to that film he did with Terrence Howard. Remember Fighter or Fighter? 5, 6 years? Oh my God, that was horrible.
Almost sunk MMA.
He was terrible in it. Especially when you got Terrence Howard standing beside him, actually acting his ass off. That just made Channing Tatum look even worse. And I was like, this dude is terrible. And he was terrible. But eventually, he kept working, and he worked, and he worked. And then he found his niche with comedy. But while he was doing comedy and having success, you read the stories about him, he continued behind the scenes to work and work and work. And gradually, you see him getting better and better. Then all of a sudden, Foxcatcher comes and boom. And now a lot of us are saying, hey, don't write off this Gambit thing just yet.
Right.
I mean, but a lot of people are still, no, he's the dancing guy. It's going to be, GI up to the streets, whatever it's going to be. But now, what I'm really curious to see is, once all these people who are bandwagoning, hating on the idea of Channing Tatum as Gambit, now that Quentin Tarantino has put his stamp of approval on him,
totally,
I think you're going to hear a different tune. I think now people, like with the Gambit stuff, I think people are going to become much more receptive to the Gambit. If Quentin Tarantino says, it's like what happened, the reconnaissance started before Dallas Buyers Club ever came out.
Oh yeah.
Is when people started to realize,
Killer Joe.
Well, not only
Tropic Thunder.
but it's when it came out that Christopher Nolan has selected Matthew McConaughey to be in this upcoming movie he's got coming. All of a sudden, people are like, Christopher Nolan picked McConaughey? And then it's like, oh yeah, maybe there's something to him. I think that could happen with the Quentin Tarantino Association here.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.